So the catch-22 about advising somebody to wait to start loading their core is that most likely in everyday life, you're already starting to do that. So when you're bending down and picking up your baby, reaching into, a bassinet or a crib or wherever you're putting the baby, and then most definitely when you're using the car seat, those suckers are heavy. You want to just start to think about those exhales as supporting you with your movements, because they bring that pelvic floor and core online. So it kind of sets your position, and it's something to work on or just maybe plant the seed and think about in the early days. And as you are working on this and getting ready to just maybe challenge it a little more, maybe once you can feel these things or to help feel them even, you can take a ball and add a little squeeze. So my inner thigh muscles are helping my pelvic floor and core along with my exhale, and then just relaxing everything. So thinking about connecting to pelvic floor, contracting, lifting, exhaling. You could put your hands right in between the bony parts here, and that should feel to some extent like it's kind of connecting and coming up, which is different than just like sucking in. It really needs to tie to that breath. So I highly recommend not forcing that, just letting the breath initiate this, and use the ball to help. And then back to opening up your back. And another way to just start to add a little bit more work, or maybe even just feel your core and your hips and your pelvic floor a little bit more. Just shift this a little bit. Would be on all fours. This is an awesome one for continuing to open up and reset your rib cage, and then also to start to shift your pelvis and help that along. So you can actually keep the ball here if you like. And again, these are really gentle. You're just trying to connect and create some movement here. Opening with a little lift. So you continue to open and start to get some of these lower abdominal muscles. Also, you can plant that seed, get that pelvic floor to try to sink up here, making sure you're not crunching down or forcing yourself into that rounded position. Really let the breath do the work. People are so resistant to the breath component, but it's what really heavily influences pelvic floor, core, diastasis, right? Like letting things come together, prolapse, all these things are pressure issues. So really, really let that be the part of the movement that is the most important.